10 reasons why relying only on resume applications is a poor job hunting strategy. So, not understanding this is really something that can hold you back in your job hunting. So, different reasons, right? I get a lot of questions from candidates asking about what are the different myths in the industry that have to be dismantled. And one of the most common misconceptions is utilizing online resume applications as the only job hunting strategy. Now, here are the list of 10 reasons why this is not an effective approach. Reason number 1, your success is a function of your resume writing skills. Now, imagine there is you and there is a candidate with a similar skill set, but just a better resume writing skills. Not necessarily the most driven, the most personable, the hungriest or the grittiest. Just a better resume writer. Who is going to win? The answer is obvious. When you're leaning only on resume applications, you are at mercy of your resume writing skills. Are you confident in your ability to write persuasively? If you're sending resumes and you're not getting calls back, you know the answer to this question. Your resume is not converting, so pause and ask yourself a question: what is not working? Reason number 2, the things that make someone a top performer cannot be found on the resume. How do we hire? What is the talent formula? What do recruiters are looking for? And I will share recruiters' perspective, and here are the basic things that we are looking for. Hungry, humble, smart. It's a framework called ideal team player. Ideal team player is someone who is hungry, humble, and smart, meaning high energy, high integrity, and high intelligence. I'm looking for GSD mentality, right? What is the GSD mentality? GSD stands for get shit done. Being able to get shit done with minimum context and maximum resourcefulness. Ownership mentality, acting like an owner, owning your function. Growth mindset, craftsman's mindset, Kaizen mindset, system thinking, adaptability, continuous improvement. Communication skills. Clear and organized communication is clear and organized mind. Your communication skills is the best and the most accurate indication of or representation of your intelligence. And lastly, we're not looking for culture fits, we're looking for culture amplifiers. We do not look for conformity. We don't need that. We need someone who can strengthen the company DNA and come in and become a bar raiser and elevate the game for others. All these things that I've just mentioned, they cannot be found on the resume. So the moment you start talking on the phone interview, your resume becomes irrelevant. Reason number 3. The probability of getting seen is reversely proportional to the number of applicants. What does that mean? Imagine you applied for a job and your resume is somewhere in the mix of other 300 applicants. Do you think a recruiter will screen all 300 resumes in one sitting? This is not how we work. We're going to take a batch of 50, we're going to scan them, we're going to pick 15 best people, we're going to call them, we're going to pick 5 best, send them to the hiring manager. The hiring manager will pick 3 and send them to the team for a technical interview, and we're going to make one offer. 50, 15, 5, 3, 1. 250 people who have applied, they never got seen. Which brings me to the next point, reason number 4. If you applied first, you are at the bottom of the pile. ATS systems, at least the one that I'm using right now called Lever, they will organize the applications by date, meaning the most recent applications will show up on top. So imagine you have applied first, but the recruiter has not looked at the pipeline, didn't open ATS for 1 or 2 weeks. They come back, they open the ATS, and they see 87 applicants. In that list, you're going to be at the bottom. Yes, of course, they may start looking at the resumes from the bottom, but this is not the most intuitive, most natural thing for a recruiter to do. The most intuitive thing to do is to start looking from the top. And you already know how recruiters look at applicants, in batches, right? Does it mean that you shouldn't apply first? No, not at all. The speed matters. You want to be the first to the party. But it doesn't matter if you arrive at the party and no one is there. You need to be seen. Reason number 5, the best in-class recruiters can close the role with one submission. What does that mean? Imagine you're a solid recruiter who knows his stuff. What would be your process? You post the job, you get 300 applications, you screen 50, you pick 5 high potential candidates, you call them all, and they all prove to be amazing, but you pick one, the best of the best. And you send that one candidate to the hiring manager and you get a Slack message back. Let's make an offer. Done, right? It's just one meeting, one interview, the hiring manager loves them, it's done. Boom, slam dunk, one submission, one hire. And that's happened many times. It is important to know who you're playing against, because a recruiter for a company is a filter. It's a gatekeeper. They know the business. They know their stakeholders. They know what it takes to succeed at their company. So keep this in mind. The stronger the recruiter, the fewer the chances you will have. Reason number 6. Recruiters prioritize sourcing over resume screening. This is the basics of essentialism. If you've never heard about essentialism, take a look, read the book, or just read the summary of the book. Essentialism is the book written by Greg McKeown. High impact activities versus low impact activities. Essentialism is about focusing all your attention on the activities that are high impact for you. So, looking at applicants is not a high impact activity for a recruiter. Why? Because people just apply for jobs without even reading the job descriptions. What is the statistical probability to find a solid candidate among applicants? Well, my practice shows that there's probably one solid candidate for every 15 to 20 applicants. And there's one candidate who actually has the potential to make it to the offer stage. So what is the high impact activity for a recruiter? Same, sourcing. Sourcing is, obviously, we know what we're looking for, so-called perfect candidate profile, and when we find it, we approach it. We approach the person. What are the implications for you? Be discoverable. Make sure that people can find you online. Make sure that whatever they find, all your digital footprint, your LinkedIn profile, your content, some other stuff that you leave online, is what you want them to find, is what will help you to engineer the perception that will intrigue them and make them pick up the phone and call you. Reason number 7, recruiters' attention will go where it's being called. Attention itself, even the word, it means to stretch. At tendere, from Latin, it means to stretch. The attention is something that stretches towards something that pulls the attention. So, as recruiters, we juggle a million things. We can have 20 plus open jobs at a given time with multiple stakeholders to manage. Our success depends on our ability to prioritize and manage our attention. Where do you think will our attention go? Will it go to an applicant who sent the resume and is sitting passively waiting for a reply? Or to a candidate who applied and engages us in a conversation? Hey, I just applied online. My resume should be in your ATS by now. I would appreciate it if you could take a look at my profile. This is exactly the message that you can use to reach out to recruiters. You can add, hey, if you're not the right person, if you're not the recruiter in charge of the role, maybe you could point me in the right direction, right? Or tag your colleague, tag another person on the team who is in charge of the role. The chance of getting attention is much higher if you call for it. Reason number 8, if you only apply with your resume alone, the hidden job market is inaccessible to you. If you just apply with your resume, you only compete for the jobs that are posted, and the hidden job market is closed for you. What exactly is hidden job market? The hidden job market is a situation when the hiring manager already knows that they need to hire someone, but the role has not been yet posted or advertised. The hidden job market is in the mind of the hiring manager. And the question for you is, how do you tap into that? The only way to do it is you have to connect with the hiring manager and build a direct relationship. You need to be seen. Reason number 9, If you only apply with your resume alone, you miss out on the opportunities to skip the phone interview step of the process. And I know, as a talent acquisition professional, I maybe shouldn't tell you that, but if you just apply with your resume, you miss out the opportunity to skip the steps of the process and skip the gatekeeper, the talent acquisition team or the recruiter. If you're building a relationship with the team, you can get a referral. If you're building a relationship directly with the manager, you get a chance to get an interview. Yes, of course, both the team members and the hiring managers, they can still send you to the talent acquisition team, to a recruiter, to have a phone screen first. But if your persuasive writing skills are strong, you may be able to intrigue them enough to proceed with the direct contact and get a call, get the interview directly. Lastly, reason number 10, applying your resume with your resume alone is a passive stance. You miss out on the opportunity to communicate several very important things that recruiters are looking for. And what are we looking for? We're looking for hunger, drive, taking initiative, being proactive. We want to hire people who would see joining us as a true opportunity. We want them to really want the job and to be excited when they get it. Now, the question you need to ask yourself, if you're just applying with your resume, are you communicating these things? We talked about it. We want to hire ideal team players, hungry, humble, smart. In other words, we're looking for this high intelligence, high energy, high integrity. So is your approach to job hunting infused with intelligence, energy, and integrity? Bonus point, all this stuff that I've just mentioned, intelligence, energy, and integrity, is something you need to be looking for when you're hiring a career coach for yourself, right? So don't get mistaken and hire right people who will support you in your journey. So last words, I know the system is completely broken. I work in talent acquisition and I will be the first one to admit that. And I'm thinking about some different potential solutions to the problem, which is this one is basically one of those solutions. You can listen to this, understand the rules of the game, and play better. And that's what I want for you. I hope this resume conundrum is a little bit less confusing for you. So learn the rules of the game and play better. Thank you for listening.